All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Live on air. One more time. Or maybe not one more time. Hopefully a lot more time.
I was thinking, say, did something happen that I don't know about?
No, nothing happened. This is the law enforcement hour still. Yeah, I don't know, maybe do we need to change the name to something a little more, does it need to be a little more dynamic? I mean, does it need to grab people's attention when we come back online?
Well, being that we're the only law enforcement hour on the radio in quite an area, I think we need just to keep it the same because everybody that comes up to me that's like, hey, I watch your law enforcement show, I like it, I love it, blah 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 blah. I think if we change the name, that might be confusing.
Well, it started out as the local law enforcement hour, but it's not. I mean, we give local updates. We talk about what's going on in Lawrence County and Lawrenceburg, but I mean, we also talk about stuff that's going on all over the city and state and country.
Right.
But I don't know, something to think about. Maybe we call it something else, like
that's another project for your daughter.
Rambo 6 or
she. Is she like our producer now?
No, she's not our producer. She thinks she is. She does a little research for me.
Well, she did a good job last time.
She does a great job, but don't toot her horn any more than it needs to be.
Hey, might get her a raise.
Yeah, that's what she needs. She wouldn't be sponging off me and her mom.
Sponging. What's the definition of sponging?
What you been doing? Where you been the last 2 weeks?
Oh, physical therapy. Taking kids to school. That's about all I can do right now.
Mr. Dad.
Mr. Dad. Telling you, I've washed a lot of dishes here lately. A lot of dishes.
Good for you.
Swept some floors and folded some laundry.
I did that. I did that for about 3 months. So before I left to go to the Middle East, I went to Texas and got certified with an explosive dog. And once I got my certification and my dog that I was paired with, we just sat there and didn't do anything for like almost 2 weeks. And I finally was talking to the guy at the facility, at the K9 facility, and I said, why don't I just fly home? Because they was waiting on my security clearance to come through so I could fly out to Jordan. And I said, I've been here for a few days. I mean, this few days I could be spending at the house,
right,
before I fly out. So they agreed, and they flew me back home. Well, I was home for 3 months waiting on my security clearance to come through.
Wow.
And all the people that I was in Jordan with, in Texas with, they had already mobilized to Jordan and was waiting to go into Iraq. And I was keeping up with them. And they were all saying, when are you coming? I said, I don't know. I'm still waiting on my clearance to go through. And I was checking on it weekly, and they kept telling me the same thing, that they hadn't heard anything. And I finally get a call from one of the company higher ups that we worked for. And he said, is there something going on with your security clearance that you're not telling us about? And I said, no. And he said, you didn't get married to a woman overseas when you was gone the first time and have some kids with her and you've got family living in another country? And I said, no. And he said, you're not, upside down and filing for bankruptcy or something? I says, no. All this stuff might be a red flag with your security clearance. And he said, I just can't understand why we haven't heard anything. I said, I don't know. I'm waiting on y'all to call me.
Please tell me you've got like a secret life we've never heard about. Now, this is a story I'd love for you to tell.
No, I'm sorry to inform you that they lost my paperwork.
Oh, are you serious?
They did. They lost my paperwork. So I'm home for 3 months, and this whole Mr. Dad is the reason why I'm telling you this. But for 3 months, I was stateside, and they were paying me. This company was paying me an unbelievable amount of money.
Just like you were overseas?
No, it wasn't what they call danger pay.
Danger pay.
It wasn't out of the country pay, but it was still really good money. And I was at the house cleaning, doing dishes, and I had it. I don't know if you did this, but Mondays was clean all day, clean and laundry. Tuesdays was yard work, and I got all that done. Wednesdays I took my youngest to daycare, And then I played golf or whatever. Thursdays was swim day. We would swim in the pool on that. So I had every day designated for something. Loved it. It was like the best 3 months ever.
I'm sure.
I was making great money, and I was hanging out with the kids and grilling on the weekends, and then all of a sudden, it was on a Wednesday. I'm on the golf course, and I'm walking up to number 5's green, and my phone rings. So I go over there, and it's a Texas number, and I answer it, and the guy says, "Hey, you ready to fly out tomorrow?" And I said, "No." And he says, "Well, we finally got your clearance." And I said, "Well, okay, but I'm going to need at least, give me 48 hours, give me 72 hours. And he said, "All right, you got 3 days." He said, "I'll get your plane tickets ready." So when I got done playing golf, I informed the wife and kids that I was shipping out in 3 days.
Wow.
But that 3 months, man, I got pictures on my old iPad at the house. Because, we were just hanging out all the time, me and the kids. We just had a great time. 3 months. It was a big time, being Mr. Dad.
Yeah, let me remind you and some of our listeners out there, I've got a 4 and a 6-year-old, so on Monday, we've got house cleaning, laundry, baseball outfits, and some type of practice or game. On Tuesday, we've got cleaning house, laundry, dishes, baseball, some type of practice or game. Wednesday, it's kind of a slower day, but Thursday, Friday, repeated as Monday and Tuesday. Oh my gosh, the part where
you don't have a U day.
The part where you said I went to the golf course, inside I was just like, oh.
You gotta include a me day.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give you my wife's cell phone number.
Call her right now. I'll talk to her.
Put her on that right now. No, sir. Our ratings would go up, but my position in life would go down. I promise.
I'll vouch for you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. She'll watch it tomorrow or tonight or sometime. Give him a day off. Let him have a me day. What's your wife's name? Camilla. Give him a me day. Give him 1 day a week for him to go do something.
I'll meet in the middle. How about just like 1 day a month?
No, but shoot higher than that. No, you need to shoot higher than that.
Yeah, room for negotiation.
There's 7 days in a week. Surely she can give you one.
She keeps me busy.
Okay. Are you ready for the fair?
Well, I need to, like most people, I'm probably going to have to go pawn something or take out a loan.
It seemed like we was just talking about the fair not long ago, and it's been a year. It's been a year, and it's already back around.
Armbands.
10 days.
That's like gold. You need to invest in armbands because we got on there the first day to try to buy, the little ones, some armbands. Mm-hmm. Like in 21 minutes, an unbelievable amount of armbands sold out. So, and people were losing their mind on Facebook. I don't have Facebook like I told you before, but she does. And she was just like, "You got to come over here and look. Some people are losing their minds that, they wasn't able to get an armband within, who thinks they're going to sell it in 21 minutes or whatever it was. But anyway, people was losing their mind. It's that time of year. People going to lose their mind. They're going to spend a lot of money, a lot more money than they should. But then again, it only comes around one time a year.
One time a year. 10 days. It didn't be 10 days. Now it's 10 days. And I think they shut down. Don't they shut down? I don't know. You have to read that. I don't have my glasses on it. But don't they shut down Jackson all the way from Military tomorrow? Okay.
Sometimes in years past they've shut it down. I know a lot of times in years past they've just made it one way. Like you could go west on Jackson, but you couldn't go east on Jackson. So is this the release that you want them to know about?
Well, they mention the traffic. I think what people most need to understand is if you're coming into Lawrenceburg after this Thursday for the next 8-9 days, whatever it is, you need to be prepared for traffic. You need to be slowing down, and you need to be looking for cones, and you need to be looking for kids crossing the road, and you need to be looking for law enforcement directing you which way to go.
Well, let's see if I can make Sandy Mashburn proud. As in years past, Lawrenceburg Police Department is asking the public to be aware of changes in the traffic pattern during the peak hours of the upcoming Middle Tennessee District Fair. This year's 10-day fair event will run from Thursday, September 18th to Saturday, September 27th at Lawrenceburg's Rotary Park. In order to accommodate the tremendous increase in traffic in the vicinity, redirection of traffic will be implemented Monday through Thursdays, 4 p.m. until 1 a.m., and Friday and Saturdays, 11 a.m. until 1 a.m. Traffic changes include Jackson Street from North Military to Moore Avenue. Traffic will be limited to one way. Motorists must travel westbound only. I was right too. Then must turn north onto Jackson Street from Liberty Avenue to Moore Avenue. Will be a two-way traffic, however. Eastbound traffic must turn south onto Moore Avenue. Southbound traffic along Moore Avenue will be shut down at Morrow Street. All southbound traffic must turn east onto Morrow. Northbound traffic on Moore Avenue, southbound or south of Jackson Street, must turn west onto Jackson Street. All fairgoers are encouraged to park on Moore Avenue in the fields adjacent to the old armory. You are also reminded not to leave valuables laying in view inside of your vehicles. Lock your vehicles and make sure to stash any valuables such as purses, cash, cell phones, and cameras out of sight or locked in the trunk. Thank you, Miss Andy.
Now we do patrol that for the listeners. That area over there beside the armory, that's where the carnies I think set up too. And that's a highly patrolled area. I mean, we'll have a presence there. We'll periodically cruise through there on a side by side and make sure nobody's trying to get into any vehicle.
How many deputies do you think you'll have each night up there?
A minimum of 10.
Good.
Yeah,
good.
Minimum of 10. We get a lot of volunteers. A lot of deputies come up and volunteer to help, and then the reserves do most of the heavy lifting up there.
Right.
And then I'll be up there. Me and my chief deputy will be up there every night for a little while, making sure everybody behaves. But it's a big time for our little community, and I know it generates a lot of revenue for those 10 days in Lawrenceburg. So
it's getting bigger. Seems just like it gets bigger.
People just need to be patient when it's in town, because it's it's dangerous. There's a lot of people on the road.
You know, that's a pretty good statement. Impatient people probably don't need to come to our fair because
they don't need to try to get through town at 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
Right.
Take the bypass.
Mm-hmm. Right. Take Springer Road. Take Buffalo Road. Don't take Locust. It's going to be crowded.
Did you see any of the pictures from the Folka event? The banquet that they had last weekend?
No, but I heard about it.
Yeah, it was a great turnout.
Good.
I got recruited to wait tables and
what did you wear?
I mean, what does that matter?
I mean,
why would you even ask?
Did you have a tie on?
What's that have to do with anything?
I want to know if you was wearing a tie.
White shirt and blue jeans.
Oh, goodness, Sheriff. I was hoping that you was going to be in some pressed slacks, a nice button-up with a tie, some shiny shoes, maybe a little towel, on your arm. I mean, just giving it that good old Marine go.
Well, if you know me, you know I don't wear a tie very often.
No.
I can probably count the times on one hand that I've wore a tie since I've been in office. It's a pretty big deal for me to wear a collared shirt. If I could live out the rest of my days on this earth, this is how I dress every day.
I'm right there with you.
But a good friend of mine, that's what he wears. He's got his own business, and he wears cargo shorts, t-shirt, ball cap, and some kind of boat shoes or something. Mm-hmm. And I tell him all the time how jealous I am that he gets to wear that every day. And I got to wear, 511s and a button-up shirt.
And be the sheriff. Bless your heart.
It's tough, man. It's tough. But no, it was a good event. They raised a lot of money for the animal shelter. And
you know about how much they raised?
I don't.
But it was a pretty good amount.
I don't, but yeah, everything indicated that they had a good turnout. And they raised a lot of money.
They
it's
tried.
Something I always look forward to doing anyway. I mean, it gives me a chance to not be the sheriff. Be somebody else, so to speak. But yeah, it was a good time. A lot of good stuff.
How many people do you think turned out for it?
I don't know. There was probably over 100 there.
Good.
Yeah, for a fundraiser banquet. Had a funeral yesterday. Man, that was a heartbreaker. The one that I went to yesterday. She was a good friend of mine's, a dear friend of mine's daughter. Passed away. She'd been battling cancer for a while.
Yes, sir.
And that was a tough one.
Yes.
I know we talk about this every show, but it seems like I'm in a funeral home every week. I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's a purge in Lawrence County or what's going on, but there's just been a lot of death and a lot of tragic accidents. But she battled cancer for a long time. she was a sweet soul, and she lost her battle, and anyway, she's in a better world. But it was a sad one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was a sad
Former Perry County Sheriff told me one time, because he was talking about it. It seems that he spends, a lot of his time during the week at the funeral home, and I was like, well, why are you at the funeral home? He said, son, when you're sheriff, if you're not at the funeral home at least once a week, you don't know enough people in your county. And I was like,
yeah, that's a good point.
That's a pretty good.
That's a good point.
That's a pretty good statement.
Yeah, the more people you know, the more people you lose.
Mm-hmm.
I know more people now than I ever have, and you go to somebody's funeral to pay your respects. You may not know the individual that passed away, but you know a close family member,
right?
And you go there to pay your respects and let them know that you're there for them.
And I'm like you, my heart breaks for this lady that we're talking about and her family. Not only is she a fantastic individual, who I've always thought the world of, but we also have to keep in mind that there are children involved. And,
mm-hmm.
The young lady that passed away is only 2 years younger than me. Younger, not older.
Yeah.
And I worked with her. We worked together at Chaparral, young servers, trying to make a good buck back then. But just driving down the road yesterday, I was thinking, my wife is a whole lot better parent than I am. If something should ever happen to me, my children would be okay. We got a good family platform. But with that being said, the thought of my youngins losing one of their parents, that's crushing.
Mm-hmm.
And my heart breaks for these people. And I hope the good Lord stays close to them.
Did you see the Charlie Kirk assassination?
Talking about another devastating issue.
Man, I'm telling you what, this world, it makes you wonder if the devil isn't, in more people's minds than what you think. That guy that did that, he's just a cold-blooded killer.
Yes, sir.
Cold-blooded killer.
Yep.
I mean, he killed that guy in front of all those people. And it was a sad situation. I just pulled up to talk to my daughter, and she come walking up to the car, and she had her phone in her hand. She said, "You see what just happened?" And I said, "No, what happened?" She said, "Charlie Kirk, he just got shot and killed." And I said, "The guy from Fox News?" She goes, "Yeah, I guess I don't know what his title officially was. He was like a professional debater, I guess, or something, social media influencer."
So yes, so he was the founder and CEO of Turning Point USA.
Mm-hmm.
And not that I promote violence, but when you look at Stalin, when you look at Hitler, when you look at just some ruthless people, you'd probably get a lot of people to agree with you that they need to be taken out because of all of the millions of people that they've murdered. Okay, I'm murdered.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody like Charlie Kirk, who would knowingly and willingly invite you to come up to the mic, knowing that you had a 180-degree opinion compared to what his is, a totally daylight and dark difference of opinion. Come talk to me. Change my mind or prove me wrong. You may have not liked his ideology, his thoughts, his views on stuff, but you can't take away the fact that he always gave somebody the opportunity to speak.
And that's why this person killed him. I'm sure they didn't agree with what he was saying.
Right.
And that side, and I'm not going to talk politics here, but that side, man, they're intense.
They are.
They're intense, and they took this guy's life because they didn't agree with him. And I don't know. If you watch the video, which I watched it on TikTok, the initial. I mean, once the videos started coming on and they were so graphic, YouTube and TikTok started kicking them off. As soon as they was coming, as people were posting them, rightfully so. I mean, you see this guy literally die in front of you, but as soon as I saw the video, I said that guy's caught.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's caught. I mean, he's already caught. They're already going to know. They'll know what he looks like. They'll have video of him. they'll know who he is. They'll have him in no time. Soon as I saw that, and I got asked yesterday about the shot because they estimated that shot to be 200 yards. I haven't seen the rifle. I've heard it's a bolt action.
It was a Mauser 30-06.
Yeah, it's
with a scope.
Bolt action with a scope, man. That's a 500-yard rifle.
Oh,
easy
yeah.
if you got the right optic on it.
Right.
I don't know what the optic was on it, but 200 yards, even with a 3x9 scope, I mean that's a chip shot.
That's a chip shot
for a bolt action rifle.
Yes, sir.
I mean a monkey could make that shot.
Yes, sir.
But he and then as the video started to come out of him, if you see a guy running across the building, there was even video of looked like he was in the prone position before he took the shot. Somebody was videoing it, and then the rest of them started pouring in when they started tracking him. You know, I knew he was caught. It was just a matter of time, and I think it was his dad or somebody turned him in.
So that's my understanding is his dad seen the pictures on TV. And oh my gosh, again, being fathers, what type of feeling did that gentleman have to see?
You feel like a failure.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to feel like a failure for your son to do something like that.
To be on national television that just not only committed a murder, that committed an assassination on one of our top figures in the United States today. And you know, you hit on something a while ago that I think we could dive deeper into. And it's not just this shooter and Charlie Kirk. It's on the same platform as local law enforcement. When we stop talking, okay, when our ideas or our opinions or our thoughts are so different, when we start talking, that makes even more room for violence, such as a deputy shows up on your front doorstep with an arrest warrant, and you feel in your heart that you've not done anything wrong, and you know what? You're going to go down swinging. That's not the route to take. There's still room for conversation, dialogue, and a better understanding of the situation. That just, I don't understand it. Like Charlie, I love to hear somebody have a difference of an opinion. I'm pretty sure that's one of the reasons why I married my wife. Me and her don't always see eye to eye, and she's usually right.
Well, it's one thing to sit here and have a discussion about anything, about hunting, fishing, politics, whatever, and it's okay to disagree.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, daggum, I don't want everybody around me that agrees with me 100%. I purposely put people around me. I always say I put people around me that are smarter than me, number one, and number two, that they're somewhat opinionated and they're not afraid to tell me, hey, Sheriff, I don't know if that's a good idea or not, because I want to hear that. I always reference the Turk that was on my team when I was in Kosovo back in 04 and 05. He would be the first one to tell me that in his mind I wasn't doing something right. 99 times out of 100 he was wrong and I was right, but I always appreciated him giving me his point of view because he had a total different point of view from everybody else on the team. It didn't always work, but I always appreciated it. And I remember I had a guy, he was Russian, and he asked me, he says, why do you have him? Why do you have him on the team? All he does is contradict everything that you say or everything you want to do. And I said, because that's why. Mm-hmm. That's why. I need a guy around me that'll say, hey, hold on a minute. You need to rethink that. Instead of just, yeah, you do what you need to do and we're with you.
Yeah.
You know? But it's okay to be opinionated and it's okay to have a professional debate and talk about serious matters. But what happens is, and if you watch some of his videos, you start seeing the level of disrespect on the other side when they can't win the argument and they're starting to look dumb.
Yep.
Then what do? They go on the offensive.
Mm-hmm.
And they start using slurs and threats and that kind of stuff and name calling, and then it escalates. You never seen Charlie Kirk get out of hand.
No.
You never seen him get sideways. You never seen him disrespect. All that came from the other side.
Yes, sir.
The left. And that's where we're at in this world right now, man. And you can't, I mean, the guy's sitting there in front of thousands of people on like a bar stool or some kind of a higher up chair. Totally exposed, and he died. He got shot and killed. and now this guy's going to prison.
Yep.
His mom and dad's, his families and friends' lives are all jacked up now.
Yep.
Because of what he chose to do.
Charlie's wife and his two
you
children.
wait and see. Do you remember Timothy McVeigh, the Oklahoma City bomber?
So I was born in '84.
What year did that happen?
I think it happened in what, 94?
It was like, it was some.
So 92.
So what you're saying is you was a little snot nosed.
Right, I was in Little League. I wasn't paying attention to that
With a
news
dirty
channel. Yeah, with a dirty diaper. No, I hope I was out of diapers by 10. But anyways, I am familiar with
So
McVeigh.
you saw how fast that guy was went to trial and got the death penalty and executed. This will be the same way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Trump's second assassination attempt, I believe that trial is still taking place in Florida, and didn't even realize it driving down the road. And they were like, it was like the fourth day of trial, and they were like, today marks the 1 year mark when this guy was on the golf course with the intentions to assassinate Trump, and I'm like, this is a capital murder case involving a former president of the United States. It's been only a year and they're in trial. I mean, like, local stuff. How many big trials have we known to go 2-3 years? And
that's the norm.
It still ain't over.
Yeah, that's the norm.
Yeah, this dude has got one of the biggest cases in the world going on right now, and they're in trial less than a year. I was like, well, they're speeding this up. So it'll probably be another McVeigh type of thing.
It will. They'll have him tried and convicted, and they'll execute him real quick. Which I mean, I've got my own opinion on that execution. I don't think it should be. I think it should be public. Honestly, I think it should be a public execution. I think you. I mean, if you want to put it on pay-per-view and make money off of it, I don't care. I think it ought to be. I mean, he took that man's life in front of thousands of people. Right. His wife was probably watching it. I don't even know if she was there. Regardless, she probably seen it happen. All of his family and friends, right, they all watched it happen. He killed this man in front of everybody. I think it ought to be a public execution.
If I understood them correctly, Utah still has the firing squad as part of their choices of execution.
Yeah.
And there's no telling. At the end of the day, like you said, you've got two families who their lives are forever changed. Both sides lost a loved one, and all because we're too afraid to talk. We would rather shut down, name call, or kill instead of stand there flat-footed like a grown man or like a grown woman and have a problem with somebody trying to change your opinion on something. I mean, good grief, is no different than, going to church and sitting there in the pew and like, man, everything this preacher's saying I'm doing wrong right now, or a lot of it. It's no different. Somebody tells you something that maybe you didn't realize you were doing wrong or was thinking wrong, and just talk.
Anyway, Faith in Blue. We've got that. Hopefully, we've got that ready for October the 12th. We're looking at having that at one of our local churches. I don't want to put it out just yet because we're not 100% sure that it's all lined up. But if you're not familiar with the Faith in Blue, it's something that we co-op with the Highway Patrol in the city of Lawrenceburg. And we'll go to one of the local churches, and we'll go during Sunday morning church service, and we'll talk a little bit about what we do and what we need from the community and how we need the prayers of the church, and open the floor up for some of the people in the congregation to ask us a few questions. And it's really good for a lot of reasons. The biggest reason is it shows the people that law enforcement in the community are behind the people, they're for the people. Absolutely. And we're approachable. We're just normal people, and we have jobs that gives us some authority, but we're regular Joe citizen up there, and it also gives us an opportunity to connect at that personal level,
And that's a personal level and a personal situation. Last time we had it, at Mars Hill?
So far, we've had it at United and at Mars Hill. And then I don't want to name this church out just yet because it's not, like I said, it's not 100% a go. But as soon as it is, then we'll get it out there.
What I was getting at is we've had it twice so far, and good turnouts, big turnouts. Not only were there big turnouts, it was televised, pretty good on the web. So yeah, that's a good thing, and I encourage people to come out and listen.
October 12th is when that's coming up.
October 12th.
So you wanna critique some videos? We've got a few videos lined up like we did last time. It's kind of the new thing that we've started. We'll watch some dash cam or body cam or something. I haven't seen any of these.
Oh, come on.
No. Well, I mean, I haven't seen them today. They might have been something, but I was talking to our producer. And I told her, I said, I need some footage that we can look at and critique and talk about. And she texted me. Well, I'll tell you what she texted me. She said,
"You need your glasses."
Man, I've gotten a million texts since yesterday afternoon, and I don't have to tell you why. A million texts.
Yesterday afternoon.
She said it's about 20 minutes. They're all pretty good, and there's no cussing. I said, make sure you double check it so there's no profanity, because we don't want to get in trouble for watching something and recording it, and then some, how law enforcement is. Well, let's talk about that real quick.
And I'm glad, because I want to talk about it too.
So I was wearing a camera on me before it was cool, right?
Right.
I had a dash cam when I worked at the task force. And I know how important it is to have everything you do recorded in law enforcement. And so now you fast forward, and my guys have body cameras. And I tell my guys all the time, you have to conduct yourself a certain way when that camera's on.
Yes.
You have to. Because you're looking at somebody that got in trouble, and I got chewed out by a DA, by a prosecutor, because of my conduct on this traffic stop. But I was young, and it taught me a valuable lesson, right? So I preach that to the younger officers about watching your language, your profanity, just how you carry yourself, your professionalism, all that, And they do. Cameras will make you a better officer, make you a better deputy, because they make you conscious of what you're saying and how you're acting. But with that being said, the courts have given us a little wiggle room on our language and the use of profanity, because they understand how high intensity situations can affect your inability to not remember to cuss.
Right.
And so I remember there was a stop that a couple of my deputies had conducted, and this guy led them on a pursuit. And you know what happens when you're in a pursuit. Your adrenaline goes through the roof, and you get a little bit of tunnel vision, and you're relying on your training, and a pursuit, how it's going to end. It's either going to be a crash or something violent is going to happen at the end of that pursuit.
Right.
Almost every time. Very seldom does the bad guy pull over and put his hands up and say, all right, I give up.
I've never had it.
Right.
Never.
There's going to be some violence at the end of that pursuit, and you're prepared for that. So that's also pumping that adrenaline. So, and they get out of the car and they run up, and this guy, he's trying to run off, and they catch him, and they tackle him and they handcuff him, and they're both just, the language is, you can imagine, And so anyway, it's going to trial, and the guys are talking, and they're worried to death about it. And I tell them, I said, now listen, the courts have ruled that you can't control your language, and maybe even some of your conduct, when you're in a high intensity situation like that. So you're going to be okay. And a good prosecutor will make that argument to the court. I've said some things on camera I don't even remember saying.
Right.
I mean, I don't even remember saying, because you're riding that adrenaline level, and you don't remember. Get your blankety blank out of that blankety car.
Oh yeah.
Put your blankety hands behind you. I mean, you know what I'm saying. You don't remember.
Yeah, you don't. And training and emotion mixed together is not necessarily always a bad thing. One of the things they taught us in the academy, if you're in a high stress situation where somebody's likely to get seriously hurt or killed, you need to convey that to the other person. Myself, there's been a few times where I thought somebody was about to get shot, and without going into graphic detail, I let them know very sternly that I was going to kill them. You're scaring me to death. Please stop. Get your hands out of your jacket. And that adrenaline is rushing, and yes, sometimes things come out of your mouth. Sometimes things have come out of my mouth that I'm very proud my mother didn't get to hear. Talking about the prosecutor, without going into too much detail, of the murders I worked, there was one time I was interviewing somebody, trying to obtain a confession. Knew this person, was involved, and some innocent people lost their life, and sitting right there in that interview room, your emotions are getting high, your adrenaline is rushing because you're wanting to obtain that confession to bring justice for the family that lost a loved one. And I went to the prosecutor, Gary Howe. Love him. I said, Gary, I might have said a few words that I'm not proud of in here. He's like, sometimes that happens. He said, you know what the best thing to do is? That needs to be the first thing that we address. And talking about embarrassing, I was on the stand and I looked to the jury and said something to the effect of, I want to go ahead and apologize. I have said a few words that, are
that I don't hardly ever say, that I normally would never say.
And I'm glad.
And honestly, I don't know. I don't really remember saying them, but there's proof that I said them.
There is.
And I'm sorry. I'm not denying it.
And looking at that jury and seeing a few of them, nodding their heads, it wasn't, they wasn't nodding as they condone it, but I think they was nodding as they understand it, because they realize that, we're human too. But anyways, glad there's no cussing in these videos.
Let's get this started. Let's see what we got.
See how talented our producer is.
On June 1st, 2023, at around 1:50 a.m., a Colorado State trooper saw a vehicle heading west in the eastbound lanes of a highway.
That's not good.
Pulled over to investigate.
Okay. I'm trying to get back up to Blackhawk, but...
Oh, I love this one.
Okay.
I haven't seen it. Don't ruin it.
The roads are all under construction and whatnot, Okay. How'd you get on this side of the road? Well, I actually just flipped around right here. I'm pretty sure you saw me. Yeah. I'm just saying, when did you get on this? I literally just flipped around right here. You flipped around? Yeah, I thought I could go back this way, but apparently not, you know what I mean? Yeah, definitely not.
As the trooper began verifying his ID, the man suddenly became visibly anxious, further escalating the situation.
Can you get my name? Yeah. I don't have a license, actually. Do you have an ID on you? I don't have an ID on me. What's that? Just turn around, What's that? Just turn around, please. No, just hang tight. Let's go to the road right here, don't you think? Yeah, I got this right here.
Yeah, he's diverting his attention right there. No, don't do that, man.
Don't get back in the car.
It's all fixing to get nasty.
Don't get back in the car. No, you're not flipping her around. Step out of the car.
Oh, it looked like he reached between the seat.
Hang on, man. Yeah, send me cover. No, don't get back in the car. Come over here.
But what started as simple nervousness quickly escalated into defiance, with the suspect flat out ignoring the trooper's orders.
Have a seat on that for me. Have a seat on that for me. Can I get a cigarette, please? You can have a cigarette. Have a seat on that. All right. Okay. You got anything in your pockets? No. Let me check. Don't dig in your pockets for me. Don't dig in your pockets, man. Come on, man. Stop.
Uh-oh.
That's all I have. Put your hands on your back. I don't have a cell phone. Put your hands on your back for me. I don't have a cell phone. I don't care. Put your hands on your back. I'm just detaining you right now. I'm detaining you right now. Don't fight with me. Stop. No. Stop. Stop, dude. Stop. Stop, dude. I need a cigarette, bro. Oh, dude, stop. I need a cigarette. No.
That'd be a perfect time for some pepper spray or a taser or asp baton.
Exactly.
One of the three.
Exactly.
No, right now.
And it looks like
continues to show remarkable patience. But as things unfold, it's hard not to wonder if a firmer approach might have led to a different outcome.
Absolutely.
I want to be in handcuffs, bro. I don't care. I'm not going to handcuffs right now. I can't trust you right now, man. Come on, bro. Stop. What are you doing in your car? Stop. You're gonna get tased. Dude, stop. You're gonna get tased.
oh, so he does have a taser.
Want a taser point? Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
And now he hears the cavalry coming.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
As the
That's the
trooper hears
third
the
time.
sound of approaching backup sirens, he finally moves from words to action.
Stop. Stop. Taser, taser. Taser deployed. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Now he's got his wits back about him,
Get out of the car.
and he gone.
Get out of the car. He just took off. He's rammed the side.
Yeah, I don't understand
So,
why. I don't understand why he didn't.
It's a red Volvo.
He
So
falls
yeah,
off the ramp.
he just fell off the ramp.
Crashing the car down the ramp.
And watch
the man
this.
Gets out and tries to cross the highway on foot.
He's running across I-70 right now. He just
Bye, Felicia.
He just got hit. Send medics now. 70 eastbound.
Senseless.
60.
Absolutely senseless.
Strikes me as someone who's high
Yeah, I don't really understand.
So yeah, you can go ahead. You can go ahead and stop that. It really don't show.
I don't understand why he didn't. Why he let him get back in the beat? Why he let him get to that point? I mean, we're taught that you don't play games.
So it's funny that we had Mr. Brown with TWRA on, the other day. One of my bigger privileges in law enforcement has been being an instructor at the TWRA Law Enforcement Academy, and one of the main reasons why I'm there is for drug identification and review and history and stuff like that. That's day one. Day two, we do nothing but go over behavioral clues and indicators when having contact with persons. And the collage that I have, it's amazing. And we started off by grooming. Well, I'm not going to go into details and give some of these guys a heads up on, but we start with we start with a few videos, me not telling them anything, and then we start on that foundation of what to look for. And by the end of the day, when I'm playing the last 5 or 6 videos, whenever you see a clue, I just want you to throw your hand up. And it's crazy just how quick they've caught on. This video right here, I don't know if this police officer, who seems like a nice guy, I don't know if he's been in trouble before or has really not been in that much stuff where stuff goes downhill. But after about the third time of him telling him to do something and that guy who's obviously intoxicated didn't do it, I mean, at one point he says, "You're making me nervous." At that point, he's got to go in handcuffs.
Yep.
Because if he's making that cop nervous, the potential for something bad to happen to one of them has just rose dramatically.
Well, they give us. I tell people that we carry a small arsenal on our gun belt.
Right.
I mean, when you look at what we're equipped with, pepper spray, an ass baton, a sidearm, and a taser. I mean, you got your choice
Right.
of which one you want to go to, which we're taught that you go to the one that gives you the what's the word I'm looking for?
Well,
that you use the minimum amount of force to affect the arrest.
Right.
But that's a perfect taser. That's when you say, "Dude, I'm not going to tell you again. You're not going to defy my commands. Get over here and sit down." And when he doesn't do it, it's knock him down and cuff him. You can go to the next one or finish this one or.
Yeah, that was just.
So he gets away, runs down in traffic, gets run over and killed.
Yeah, so his car runs off the off ramp, and then he gets out, runs, jumps onto the freeway, and then that's when a car comes by and just crushes
The whole
him.
thing could have been prevented
Absolutely, it could have been
if he
prevented.
would have acted sooner. Let's go to the next one.
the next continue video.
Yeah. Well, this is not a good sign.
Report of a man who had crashed his vehicle on the turnpike near the state line. As he approached the scene, he quickly realized this was far from a typical accident.
Black man with a pink shirt.
Terrible place to execute a traffic stop.
Horrible place. Right there.
Partially on the road.
Yep.
Guardrail right beside you.
They got some psychological issues.
Yeah.
You're gonna get hurt. In the name of Jesus, stop. Hey, Lord, bow down. Jesus, Lord, bow down. Don't touch me, you're gonna die. Next time you touch me, you're gonna die. Next time you touch me, you're gonna die.
Put your hands behind your back. 5, please.
Just as the trooper radios for backup, the suspect returns, this time with far more violent intentions than the trooper is prepared for.
That's Jesus. That's Jesus.
Go to your sidearm right there.
Get down on the ground.
Yep, go to your sidearm. That right there constitutes self-defense.
Yes, and not only self-defense
He's being attacked by this guy. This guy is
in the middle of the roadway.
Yeah, you're perfectly justified at this time to take your sidearm out and take him out.
And how many times has he said, "I'm gonna kill you"?
Get down on the ground now.
I'm strong.
When the
That's
suspect
not a good thing to hear when you're a cop.
What did he say?
He said, "I'm stronger than you."
But none could have predicted what he would do next.
Is that a bridge?
I don't know if it's a bridge or just a concrete guardrail.
Maybe you start the car.
Oh, he steals his cruiser.
As the suspect flees in the trooper's cruiser, he weaves recklessly through traffic for 11 minutes straight.
I wonder if he's going to start talking out loud. I named it.
I rebuke anything.
I knew it was coming.
I rebuke anything that's in front of me. That's not a follower of Jesus. I tell him to get off the highway. If I can catch my breath, Jesus. Hallelujah. In the name of Jesus, Lord, heal me. Keep healing. Keep giving me grace.
He's got some serious problems. He's either really high or he's got some mental
Oh, but
problems.
he's losing it.
Stop it, Jesus. Stop it. I'm ready to down. I'm now. Because guess what? God is in control. And I believe God so much. Look, in the name of Jesus, I say, heal me, Father. In the name of Jesus, I say, ain't nothing wrong with me, Father. In the name of Jesus, I say, stop me, Father. There's anything against me, Father.
When Ohio troopers closed in on the cruiser, they performed a successful pit maneuver on the suspect, sending the car rolling into a ditch.
In the day room, and I told him about it, right? And I told him about us looking forward. There ain't no next place mentality. There ain't no next place.
And we're rolling.
Can you imagine what the people on the road thought when they saw them taking out another patrol car?
They're on the same team.
What happened next was never released to the public, but according to a police report, the suspect
Walked away without a
30-year-old
scratch.
Deshaun Leith tried to grab a trooper's rifle and was fatally shot.
Oh,
Prison
man.
records show that Leith pleaded guilty to 9 home invasion charges across 2 separate cases dating back to 2012. After his release in 2023, he became the executive director of a nonprofit aimed at helping at-risk youth and curbing teen violence. On the afternoon of May 7th,
So, mental breakdown. Substance.
It's hard to say.
It is hard to
It's hard to
say
say
on
if
that
he was under the influence of a controlled substance, but I feel confident. I know what I would have done. if I tased him and he ripped the tasers out and he told me he was going to kill me and he attacked me, I'm not going to let him get my sidearm out.
No.
And I'm not going to let him get in my patrol car.
Absolutely.
And kill some innocent person on the interstate. So, you're fully justified in that situation. There's not a jury that would ever think that wasn't a justified shoot.
And to our listeners out there, when a private citizen tells a uniformed police officer, "I'm going to kill you," that's not normal. No, that's not healthy.
And you have to believe.
You have to believe him.
That he's one more. We got time for one more.
Then 2023, Deputy Evan Cubbage of the Charleston County Sheriff's Office conducted a traffic stop on the Savannah Highway.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Good one. I've seen this one.
Hey, man. Deputy Cubbage, Charleston County Sheriff's Office. The reason I pulled you over, all right, you're improper lane use. You're all over the road. My car's running lights. I was trying to find a place. Oh, okay. Do you have registration insurance?
The conversation remains cordial as the deputy checks the IDs, asks for the insurance documents, and calls for backup. When Deputy Alexander Hodge arrives to provide backup, Deputy Cubbage makes a routine request to the passenger, unaware that this simple moment is about to turn deadly.
Yep.
All right, hey, hop out. Don't leave for anything. I'm not reaching for nothing, man. You gotta go! Hey, I'm hit, he's down. I'm hit.
As Deputy Cubbage assesses his injuries, Deputy Hodge contacts authorities and takes care of the unidentified female driver.
Lay down on the ground now. Lay down now. Right leg. Right leg? Yeah. Secure. Starting EMS 106 and 6 wide.
The suspect was pronounced dead at the scene and identified as 28-year-old James Pierce. Deputy Cubbage sustained 3 gunshot wounds and was later released from medical care with serious but non-life-threatening injuries.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Senseless.
So evidently, when he ran some kind of a check on the passenger, it came back hot or something, right? That's the reason why he went hands on and was helping him out of the car.
Mm-hmm. But let's dive a little bit deeper, because you're no interdiction bird. That's exactly what this was. You can tell by their uniform, the certain type of approach he made to the car. And this cop's looking for dope, but like you said, obviously somewhere during this check, he realized that this guy had some paperwork. And I know nobody wants to go to jail, but I'm telling you, that guy laying there passing away probably thought in his head, I wish I'd have handled this different. How nice would it have been for him to put his hands up like, sir,
No,
I know I'm going to jail, but I got a gun in my waistband, and today I don't want anybody to get hurt.
Yep.
How nice would that have been?
No, he chose the opposite route. He chose the route to try to take out some law enforcement with him.
And yes. I mean, you tell by the way he got out of that car.
And he got took out. That stop reminds me of a stop that I had on the interstate a long time ago. And we worked a lot of night shift on the interstate in the summer months when it was really hot. We'd come in at about 4 o'clock at night, and we'd work till about midnight. And you would get into some pretty hairy situations on the interstate. I mean, you didn't really know what you was getting into on the interstate anyway. I mean, we were looking for couriers and smugglers, and we were trying to interdict drugs and guns and money and that kind of stuff, which it's dangerous anyway. But when you put it at night, and it was me and Shane Fisher, the sheriff over in Wayne County, we worked together for a long time out on the interstate, and we didn't ride together, but we stayed close. So he was always within maybe a mile or 2 miles from me, and he could get to me in the second that I would think something was up. And as well as I do, in 30 seconds, initial contact, if you've got something that you're going to need backup for. So we would radio each other. And I had 2 guys on the interstate one night, and there was no doubt in my mind they were about to try me because they thought I was by myself. and I realized I was seeing the indicators that they were about to try me, and Shane was already on the way. I already knew when I got up to the car that I was going to need backup because I was going to be searching the vehicle. So I radioed him, and when he showed up, they realized it was 2-on-2 then, so they complied. But they had drugs and guns, and they were both pretty bad dudes.
You know, that's an eerie feeling when you realize the bad guy probably fixing to try something.
Yeah, yeah. All right, we're done for the day.
Good show,
Done for the
Sheriff.
week. Good show. See you next time.
Next time.